Hello, the Pioneer viewers. We continue to share with you the latest and stunning developments from the war zone. Today, there was a very remarkable and unexpected development in the Russia-Ukraine war. In an operation that had been meticulously prepared for a long time, the Ukrainian army successfully destroyed a strategically important Russian military radar. This move is considered as an important breaking point in the course of the war. The effects of the operation have reverberated not only on the military front, but also in the economic sphere. While such high-precision operations carried out by Ukraine significantly undermine Russia's efforts to establish military superiority, they're also increasingly draining the country's economic resources. Russia's challenges since the beginning of the war have become increasingly complex. Ukraine's military strategies, particularly in the use of technology and intelligence, are dealing heavy blows to Russia's military capabilities. This isn't limited to losses on the ground, but also places a heavy burden on Russia's defense industry and overall economic structure. The destruction of Russia's strategic radar is an indication that Moscow is under an unsustainable burden, both militarily and economically. Looking at this latest operation, we see that Russia's loss of initiative in the war isn't limited to the front line. Ukraine continues to disrupt Russia's invasion attempts by taking steps to damage its military infrastructure and economy. The effects of the war are felt not only on the conflict zones, but also in production chains, the defense industry, and economic balances. While Ukraine's successful operation has seriously shaken Russia's military effectiveness, it has also revealed the vulnerabilities in the economy. So what are the latest developments on the subject? Let's take a look together. Before we get into our report, a quick reminder. The Pioneer team is definitely 100% real. None of my team members or me are artificial intelligence. There's no doubt that AI is very advanced, but it's still not as good as us. By the way, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our daily reports and explanations. I also read all the comments you leave on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments. Tell us what content you'd like to see on the Pioneer channel. And now let's start if you're ready. The Pioneer reports: Ukraine's recent statements signal a serious change in the dynamics of the war and indicate the emergence of weaknesses in the Russian air defense system. Kyiv forces have successfully targeted one of Russia's strategic radars, the Nebo-M, with long-range missiles provided by the United States. The disabling of this radar may have significantly weakened Moscow's air defense capabilities. This development allows Ukraine to launch more powerful strikes with advanced Western weapon systems and is expected to give it a strategic advantage. In its official statement, Kyiv said that the destruction of the radar dealt a serious blow to the Russian military's ability to detect both aerodynamic and ballistic targets. Although the location of the Nebo-M was not disclosed, it's estimated that this attack dealt a serious blow to Russian air defenses. These radar systems are crucial in monitoring Russia's air threats and are capable of detecting aircrafts and missiles. Since such radars play a critical role in Russia's security strategies, these losses could seriously affect the country's defense infrastructure. In particular, according to information received in May, this radar system was hit by the land tactical missile system given to Ukraine by the United States. The targeted Nebo-M was located in the Russian-controlled Luhansk region in eastern Ukraine. The success of ATACMS missiles in these operations have become one of the main reasons for Kyiv's demand for more advanced weapons from the West. Ukraine argues that such advanced systems are critical to halt Russia's advances on its eastern fronts and gain strategic superiority. According to Kyiv's claims, Russia only has 10 Nebo-M radar systems left in its inventory, each of which costs around $100 million and is indispensable for Moscow. These radars are the cornerstone of Ukraine's air defense network and can detect enemy aircrafts up to 1,000 kilometers away. The disabling of the Nebo-M radars has severely weakened Russia's ability to defend against long-range threats. As a result, Ukraine is in a position to make more effective use of its Western-made weapon systems, particularly the Storm Shadow or Scalp cruise missiles. In particular, the Franco-British Storm Shadow, or as the French call it, Scalp EG missiles, have been able to carry out more strategic strikes with the radar disabled. After its destruction, Russian sources confirmed that the Nebo-M is one of the most important parts of Russia's defense strategy on its land borders. These radars were central to Moscow's security policies, and Ukraine's successful operation dealt a serious blow to Russia's claims of technological superiority. Russia's loss complicates control of its airspace and paves the way for Ukraine to launch more effective attacks in the future. In addition to these military developments, other aspects of the war in Ukraine have been marked by remarkable events. The recent death of Chinese mercenaries on the front lines show that Russia's war is being fought by people of different nations. The death of 2 Chinese soldiers fighting on the Russian side is both a loss for Moscow and a development that draws attention to the international dimensions of the war. The presence of Chinese mercenaries reveals Russia's manpower shortage. Russia had resorted to mobilization announcements to compensate for its increasing losses. However, it seems that these attempts didn't yield the expected results. The presence of Chinese troops on the front line proves Russia's efforts to make up for its shortage have fallen short. This operation is not only a military success for Ukraine, but also a strategic victory. Such strikes with long-range missiles continue to turn the tide of the war, and together with the arms aid Kyiv is receiving from the West, are enabling it to further consolidate its military power. With such long-range missile successes, Ukraine is undermining Russia's land borders and air defense capabilities, profoundly affecting the military and economic aspects of the war. The high cost of radar and the strategic value of each radar lost are putting pressure on Russia's defense budget. Moscow is trying to cope with such military losses when it's already going through a difficult period economically due to sanctions. As a result, Ukraine's operation is seen as a move that will have long-term effects on the course of the war beyond the damage to Russia's defense systems. Although Russia is trying to rebuild its defense capacity in the wake of these losses, Ukraine's advantage is likely to be further consolidated with the support of the West. What do you think? How will Russia strategize in the face of these losses? How will the future of the war take shape after these Ukrainian operations? Let me know in the comments. I read and care about your opinions.